Hey everybody, Jim Creel from Wild Horses with you again, and today we are going to do an install of the Expedition 1 front winch bumper on this two-door 2021 Bronco. We're going to go through the steps and give you some insight to how easy this is to do. Here we go. So to start with, we're obviously going to remove the stock modular front bumper. Now on my Bronco, I don't have the wings, but it doesn't matter whether you have them or not, these steps are going to be the same. So first thing to do is pull off the plastic panels. You can use some needle nose, or if you want to be a little less destructive, a tool like this can be used to remove the plastic clips. Just put it in there and they come out just like that. Mine are a little beat up from driving in the rocks, and like you don't even need to get rid of those things if you have them. So there you go, all four. Just grab the plastic, pull it right off. Didn't break any clips or anything. It's literally just pull it. And that exposes our mounting bolts. There's step one. All right, we'll call this step two. You could actually make this step one. If you have the front sensors and if you have the adaptive cruise control, you're gonna have to undo a little bit of wiring. The connector for the sensors is right up here on the driver's side of the front fender. These take a little bit of finagling, a little messing around to get them loose. Mine's been off a few times. It's either going to come off real easily or it's going to be a big pain. It's easier to show you this out. This is the part that's attached to the bumper, the wiring harness. If you push down on this, it moves that little tab on the inside, and then you should be able to pull this off of the other side that's connected up under the fender. So here we go. Sean's helping me out. We're going to remove the bumper by removing the 3 bolts on the passenger side, 3 bolts on the driver's side, and the bumper's just going to come right off. The bumper should pull right off. Couple of plates, set that out. Ta-da! Bumper removal done. Now we're gonna work on the sensor wiring. So we've moved the bumper to our little bit table here just to make it easier to get everything out of the way in order to pull the wiring harness out. 13 millimeter. Number 40 Torx bit, and we're gonna take off these plates. And then flip it back. Okay, then it looks like we got this bottom plate here as well. All that just to get to the wires. All right, so all over the sensor wiring are these little wire holdy things. This isn't necessarily a 2-person job, but Sean's gonna use the needle nose to pull these in, and then I'm using this tool to pull them through. It's the one where we think we know what we're doing. Finally, it's not cooperating. Let me see whether or not I can demonstrate the 1-person version of this. You get down under the plug. Yeah, these are just, they are what they are, kind of a pain. Okay, here we go. The dual person version. I'll pull those in first. Then I'll go from the side. Keep going, Sean, keep going. We're almost there. And once you're that close, you can do that. So I've found another random tool in my kit. Just we've done hammer version, we've done needle nose with single thing. Let's see if this actually works. Wow, that was something. Let's try it again. So these you get into the side because they're running lengthways. That actually works real good. Now, I will say this, you pretty much wipe out a lot of these clips when you do this. I'm sure the highly skilled professional Ford guys and other way more skilled than me people can get on here and say, here's the tool part number that saves all this stuff. I'm guessing that exists. I'm not really concerned about saving those because more than likely, this will be zip tied into the new bumper. So Sean will now demonstrate the other side. So now we're gonna unplug our sensors. These are the sensors right here. You should be able to push down on the back of this tab and that will release this in here and you can pull the wire out. Just like that. Okay, here's another one. So the other way is to pull the sensors out first, which I've done right there by just pushing these tabs out and popping the sensor up. And then maybe you don't even need to take the sensor off, but if for some reason you want to, you push the tab in the back and just pull it out. So let's do another one. This one, I'm gonna pull the sensor out first. There you go, and actually that's all I'm gonna do. Last one, pop the sensor out. Okay, that leaves us with a couple of these things. One. Two. Three. And then right there and right there. That gives us a complete sensor wiring harness. Last sensor that I left in place, push little tabs up, and I'm just gonna plug him right back in. You can hear a little click, and that completes the wiring harness removal portion. We're gonna clear the table, get another bumper up here, and start the reassembly. All right, so I'm gonna start with the sensor holders, and these just pop in to the holes like that. Sensor holders just pop into the holes. So now you're gonna get your sensors wired back through this area, and you wanna route it so that it's not gonna interfere with other stuff. We're gonna start the routing on the farthest on the passenger side. There's a little hole right here. We're gonna run that guy through, run that connector, and I'm just gonna get that sensor in the neighborhood. Gonna get my other sensor in the neighborhood. We're gonna take the rest of the harness and run it down under the winch plate area. And this might be your farthest away, which we would want to run back up and through the hole here. One thing to note about the way Expedition has laid this out, there's a number of holes, small holes in the back that you could use to zip tie some of this wiring in place, because the bumper mount is very simple. It's the same 6 bolts that hold the factory bumper on. So they've given you some spots here underneath at the back. You can zip tie the wiring into place. So now we're just gonna go back and make sure we're happy with the way we put this. And I'm gonna turn my one mount 90 degrees because that just seems like a better position. You can see how I've got the sensor wired in there. I've got plenty of room to deal with the auxiliary lights right here. Sensor number 2, push into place. If you look right in here, I can zip tie my wiring right into a couple holes they have going on here. Push that guy in. We are going to 90 degree this one and plug him in. And that's really good. We've got our wire to go up under the fender in range where it needs to be. So we're gonna spare you the zip tying, then we'll be right back. The instructions talk about adaptive cruise control, relocating this situation. I don't have adaptive cruise control. This is still gonna be an interference issue. Simple yank on that. Okay, now the bumper will mount up directly here. I don't have to move, I don't have to relocate, I don't have to mess with that. If you've got adaptive cruise control, you're going to want the skid plate option with the adaptive cruise control relocation kit. Take note of that. All right, let's mount the bumper. So here we go with my helpers. We're gonna position the bumper. I'm gonna have to do this by hand, bring it up. Okay, right there. Kind of bend it out and up. See, there you go, go up. Let's get another bolt in there. Let me get a little swivel. Try it now, right there. I think we're good there. So there you have it. Your basic install of the full Expedition 1 front bumper. I hope that install helped you. Made in the USA, nice and heavy duty, super quality, everything about it. And that's one of the reasons we chose this. There's lots of room for your choice of winch up front. That can be dropped in from the top, bolted in from down under, easy to do. Same with the lights, 4-inch area there. Those can be mounted in from behind as well. We try to keep these in stock. If you're looking for one, check us out at wildhorses4x4.com or give us a call at 209-400-7200. With all that being said, we'll see you out there on the trail. Peace.